What up, just Steve 50JP in the house. Right now, I just came from eating some sushi and reading my mails. Anyways, this one video I have, and someone asked a question about do they generally like different kinds of guys, tall guys, white guys with blonde hair, and they hear these stories and stuff, right? Those stories are probably true because in the past, most of the teachers and things that came out here, a lot of them were white and things like that, coming from Australia. And then this Nova guy, I hear different stories, about how he hired blonde hair, blue-eyed guys, for the girls, and stuff like that, just so they can come in, it was just more or less he was just pimping them and stuff, basically. But then you still do have the African and the other nations of color coming in and dating Japanese women and stuff. In the States, we just, it's just pretty much, everybody's just only black people and white people that live in America and stuff like that. And you hear these stories about how the Japanese women are like white guys and things like that. And that's probably not true in the fact that they just like them just for the pure fact of just liking them or something like that. I think it's more or less this is that they're always around, and they got the TV and stuff like that, and they got their superheroes on TV and superstars and things like that. And so that, of course, is going to naturally attract people to those other people that look like these superstars and things like that. Now, I could be wrong. There are a lot of different scenarios and things like that. But what I see here is that it doesn't matter if you're white or whatever, because most of these women get tired of their husbands or their boyfriends after they've been with them for a long time. Some women, they'll break up and date some other guy. Every year they'll break up and get a new boyfriend, or the wives, they'll get tired and then sex will stop. And then whoever, she's interested in other people and stuff like that. There are some brothers out here, that's doing their thing. There's white guys out here that's doing their things, and other people of different ethnicities, other men that are doing their things, the women out here doing their things too. However, from what I understand, is that it's more or less, when you're walking down the street, you'll see a lot of these guys with their girls and stuff like that. And the ones that are married, the guys there usually they're at work and stuff like that. The ones that walk on the streets, maybe they're single, or they're just getting away from the wives or whatever. And that's the same thing with everyone else. I have this situation. I was in this bar, me and Bart, and I don't know if I told this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. And we were sitting at the bar, and there were these women there, Chinese, not Chinese, but I think they were Korean, and he was messing with himself. We were talking and stuff like that. But anyway, this one Japanese girl came over and grabbed me and said, "Here, come sit at our table." So I'm like, okay, fine. So when I turned and looked, it was this white guy sitting over there and another Japanese girl and their parents, right? The girl's parents. So I sit over there and I'm just, talking. And me and the husband, we just clicked and just started talking and everything too. I don't know if the other guy knew Japanese or not. But, if you know the language, it opens a whole bunch of doors and stuff for you. And we were just talking and things like that. So me and the girl were talking, and she was asking what I do for fun, and she wanted to go out and different things like that. And I'm like, okay, cool, it's all good and stuff like that. We talking and trading numbers right there in front of the father and stuff, right? And my parents, they're from Tokyo, which I gotta find her and see how is she doing and stuff. And so we were talking and stuff, and I asked her how old she was. I think she says like 24 or 26, but she was fine too. Her sister was cute too, like maybe 19 or 20 or something like that. And her sister liked the white guy, but the girl liked me. And me and the father clicked, and me and the mother, we were talking and stuff, But like I said, it's because I spoke Japanese, so instead of them, they're all in the bar, everybody's drinking and things like that. And we're in the bar, and, people like to chat and enjoy the conversation. So the age came up, and I asked, somebody asked how old I was, or how do you think? And I got their ages first. And the father, it turned out that me and the father actually, he was either a 2 years under me, or we were the same age. I'll just say we were the same age, and everyone flipped. They're like, "What?" They're like, "Oh," because they thought I was 30 and stuff, And I was like, "No." And the father's like, "Oh, wow, if you come to Tokyo, please visit me and stuff like that. And the white guy was there, and I'm sure, the girl, sister, and the girl, they spoke in English, but they weren't really talking or anything. And it just turned. It was just a good situation. Then when we finished, I asked the white guy, "Is that your girl?" No. They just grabbed me and come and asked me to sit with them and stuff like that. I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, it's just random." I was like, "Whoa, it's pretty interesting." But then he was like, "Well, it's pretty cool. You're that age, you're that old, and da da this." And we're talking. So it was interesting. It was an interesting night. So all I have to say is, wow, why is that always there? All I have to say is, for me, I don't have any problems with. How can I say that? I don't have any problems with girls and talking to parents and things like that. Some people do because of different experiences that they might go through, or people might get upset. It was this one guy a long time ago when I first started off on this. He was really upset at Japanese people because he went to some pizza place and the owner blocked his action with some girl, and they do that all the time, and that's why I said in my videos, if you hang out with Japanese guys, don't bring up women, just don't bring up women. If they bring up women, just play dumb, like, "Oh, no, like come on, let's go get some girls," like, "Oh, I'm in Japan, I respect the women," you just, whatever, just, because it's not going to be a good situation. Even the women, the same thing happened. The Japanese girls hook up with a white girl or black woman or whoever, and they get around foreign guys, and they start acting, throwing a game. The guys fall on the girls, and they out, and they'll never talk to that foreign girl again. So it's it's interesting, but height and everything doesn't matter. I know a lot of guys out here who are short, and they got some fine Japanese girls, and some guys that are tall, and they got some fine Japanese girls. And then you got some that don't have any fine Japanese girls, or the Japanese girls are fine, and the guys are just don't, they just, whatever. So, that's it. It doesn't matter. All the things that people say to you and your friends come back and say this and that. If they're not actually engaging in different types of Japanese people and talking to different families and actually trying to mingle, and if they, because you can come out here and you can keep your mentality that you have in the States and never actually get a chance to understand people, because your head is so cluttered with all kinds of things. But then you like I said, leave that stuff in customs, come here with your brain empty, and things can work out pretty good. It worked out for me, so it's all cool. But anyway, that's it. I'm out. Peace.